This is a battle of the insanes. There's a lot of premise that has been put forth about different reasons about this hip hop is dead, the culture is gone. My God, what's happening to hip hop? Hip hop's not in the top 100. What did we do? How did it get here? Y'all don't appreciate good music. People are freaking out. People are freaking out. And the reason people are freaking out is a very serious reason. And we're here to tackle that as we speak. Now, y'all have asked me to talk about this, so that's all I got this morning from all the emails. Yo, when you gonna do this? When you gonna do that? I was uploading the Patreon. The Patreon's got to get loaded. It's the first, and we came out the bat swinging today. You're welcome. Now, since we came out the gate swinging, everybody else has got all of these points about hip hop and talking about what my thoughts are about hip hop. So I said, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about hip hop. The 1-2-1-2. All right. Now, hip hop is out of the top 100 for the first time in many years. People are stunned. How could this happen? They spent all these money on these artists. Where's Cardi B? What has happened to the industry? What has happened to entertainment? What has happened to the whole fold, the spectrum of everything that we believed? Well, it's simple. There have been great hip-hop albums that come out. You got Mobb Deep album. You have, you had LL's album that came out. You had Slick Rick album drop. But here's the news. These artists don't care. I mean, not the album artists, but the record company. They don't care. If anybody tries to promote or push these records, they're met with futile copyright strikes. We're gonna push your video down. Anytime that I try to speak on hip hop, oh, they shut it down. They don't want me to speak on it. Nas told y'all in 2016, well, 2006, I'm sorry, that hip hop is dead. These were his words. (2006), and people freaked out then. You just mad because it's in the South. No, if you'd have listened to what he was actually saying, is that you might as well get your money because it's destroyed. Meaning that the foundation of what hip hop is now is destroyed. It has become commercialized to the point where they can't appreciate any indie or other music that don't sound the same. Commercialized people have changed the game. We all sound the same. I remember when it was all different. Everybody had something unique about themselves. Once we went away from what was unique to what's generic and what's commercial, people who have no knowledge of the history of what it started or how it came to be, they just got into this for the money and it fit their lifestyle. Do you think record companies wanted to promote rap music? No. They don't listen to it. So why the hell would they want to promote something that they don't listen to? They don't want that. When they started marketing and promoting people that could not even rap and started silencing people like Lupe Fiasco, Mos Def, Black Thought, when you saw those guys getting silenced, when they actually made money, Mos Def made money. The Roots made money. Erykah Badu and all them, they were making money. They started giving gang members access to real money. You had gang members with microphones and let them rap. Let's give them the record deals and let's cut these guys out. That's gonna crush the market, kill hip hop altogether. Because the people that love real rap ain't gonna listen to this crap. They're either gonna have to conform to it or be left in the past. So in the midst of it, to pull this miracle off, they were going to need a couple of things in order for it to happen. They needed somebody that they can get around that would champion what they wanted hip-hop to be for the future. So Eminem became the first product after the failed product of Vanilla Ice. After Vanilla Ice crashed and burned, they said, well, that didn't work. What are we going to do now? Once Eminem came around and they realized, hey, well, this dude can rap. And we got Dr. Dre behind him. So, and he seemed to be accepted. So, yeah, okay, this guy looked like he's gonna be around. This is our guy. Started with him. Hey. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, it was the Eazy-E gangster rap. Gangster rap has always been around. But we had a balance. We had a choice. We had options. If we want to listen to NWA or we want to listen to Public Enemy. We want to listen to Queen Latifah. We want to listen to Black Sheep. We want to listen to LL Cool J. We had options. We didn't have those options anymore. They said, this is all you got. Trap or die. That's where you at now. Now, as music started to evolve, it brought in more. Eminem brought in more of what you would call frat rap. White guys rapping. White guys loving rap. They're getting more into it. You got all of these teenage people now because they got a guy that looks like them with fake blonde hair and fake blue eyes. They're resembling to Eminem. He's getting the magazine covers. MTV created a whole segment really based off of to promoting Eminem called TRL. And they promoted and marketed Eminem. They kept pushing him into households, and he's selling 10 million records while everybody else is selling 1 million. So the gap is not even close. Jay-Z, who we would pertain as one of our GOAT #1 rappers at the time commercially, was only selling like 2 million records. Nobody was paying attention to that. Hey. So he was only selling, how you doing? He was only selling like 2 million records per stop. And that was considered good, but when you see Eminem is selling 7 million, 10 million a pop, you're like, how is he doing that? And we're doing, is that much of a gap? Yeah, it was. The marketing, the promotion. So now, walking into the company, marketing these songs became a distant spiral. You got Nelly, right? Nelly and them, they're working, they're doing their thing, they got the style. Next thing you know, Nelly's selling 10 million. Because most Eminem fans, they seen Nelly and they start liking Nelly. They were side by side. Nelly was seen as a safe party artist. So you got the Ja Rules, you got the Nellys, you got the Eminems, and they're making all these catchy tunes. Right? That's crossing the line between R&B and rap. So vocalists are gone. So the same thing they did with R&B, they switched it up. R&B became Justin Timberlake. R&B became Justin Bieber. These are R&B artists. Can you believe that? No. Drake is one of the people that ruined hip hop. And we're going to get to that. Now, when people are searching for the culture and they're going through the steps of the progression of it, the record companies are taking a hammering and a loss, and they're using hip hop to hide all their losses for them stealing money from the company, embezzling it. And then when they're about to get caught, because they spent all this money trying to promote this this white artist, Macklemore, that they thought was going to be the essential face of it all. And when that goes left and they spend millions of dollars on this artist and it didn't go anywhere, and they all looking stupid and they're looking over their shoulder for somebody to blame, they got to say, we're going to get audited. We're going to get caught into a tax liens and everything. What are we going to do to protect ourselves? Oh, I know what to do. They go ahead and cut a deal. And the deal is, and you're going to love this. This is going to be so sweet. They cut a deal that's so monumentally crazy. It stirs up the pot on everything you've ever believed in life, right? They start taking everything from the artists by dissolving record companies. They started doing that, as Nas was telling you, where they had Def Jam, Columbia, and they had all these small independent record labels. Hip-hop decided hip-hop is making too much money and it's going to acquire too much power. So they're going to call the shots and dictate the music business, that country music isn't selling anymore. Rock is dead. It's all hip-hop now. And we don't want to promote that. People don't want to hear that. Our corporate sponsor dollars are saying, hey, we got to roll with what's hot. This is hot. We need to roll with it. So they were mad that this is the reality they are faced with. They didn't want to, but now it seems like they have to. So they didn't like it. So they want to destroy this thing. Where rappers were very choosy about the corporate dollars they would let come in. Now everybody's saying, let's just take the money. And that's why Nas said, oh, hip-hop is dead. Because by the time 2006 came, it was over. It was ball game. It was like, oh, these Atlanta guys are coming in, doing what they're doing now. They're going to allow that. It wasn't just the Atlanta guys. It was what they were allowing to come forward after the fact. They start sounding Rick Ross, Jeezy. And that was ushering in street rappers. Like, just gangbangers, period. Guys who couldn't rap, but they got a microphone. Guys who just do crimes are now got microphones. Like, these not the rappers from the hood. These are the actual hoods. Just get them a mic and let them rap. So artistry is out the window. Studio time. Who needs it? Close the studios. Now everybody's recording in the bathroom of their house. Now you got things not even sonically adding up. T-Pain brought in auto-tune. So what happened after that? They bring in a ridiculous version of auto-tune. So now, here comes Lil Wayne in the drug addict rap era in 2007. Right after Nas dropped Hip Hop is Dead because he sees where it's going. 2007, here comes Lil Wayne with Syrupy rap. And syrup rap starts to spread throughout New York, where it used to be a Houston thing. Now it's spread everywhere. Everybody's syruped out. So now you got all these addicts with microphones. And an addict could do anything for that high. So all these addicts are in the game now. And they're rapping about taking drugs. They used to say no to drugs. Now it's, where can we get more drugs? That's the name of the song. Molly Percocet. Percocet. Yeah, Molly Percocet. So Molly Percocet, I thought that was a person's name. Who is Molly Percocet? So now we're into the syrup rap era of 2007, which birthed people like Future and everybody else, as it starts to spread throughout Georgia, Houston, New York, the rest of the world. All these people are leaned and syruped out, popping pills, something crazy. So now the record labels use this as the model to destroy hip-hop. The plan is on full spin ahead. While all these guys will asleep at the wheel, they bankrupt all these small record labels, bought them out. Leo Cohen would bounce from CEO of this label, take all the money they can out of that, take one of his sidekicks, make them the president of the record company. They buy out all these other labels, small independent labels that's defunct, ran out of money, buy them all up. So now it's like 3 major record companies. That's it. The 3 heads have bought out all the thousands of little record companies that were out there. All bought up. Leor helped corner the market. Did just that. Took Kevin Lyles, Todd Moskowitz, all these other people with him. So that 3 major record companies exist and own it all. So now, you got all the rappers now, won't own anything. They'll just be signed to your label. You could dictate all terms. They're all being 360 deals that they can't get anything out of. It don't matter. All they want is money for drugs. And they can keep making songs that doesn't impede their lifestyles. They're gonna spend all their money on lawyers because they're gonna catch a case because they ain't nothing but street criminals. And we're just gonna keep them rapping. Little Erky Mo just signed a $5 million deal. Yeah. I'm Little Erky Mo. Erky Mo, I killed my op last week on Federal Street. Next thing you know, Little Erky Mo was caught in the case as he admits to killing somebody on Federal. Police is trying to link him to 3 more murders on Federal. Trial starts in May. Meanwhile, Little Federal's going to trial. While he's out on bail, he's still recording music. Next thing you know, one of the ops slide and murk him. And next thing you know, here comes a bunch of 3-4 albums after his death. Oh. And now he sold millions of records because of that fact. Juice WRLD been dead for about 10 years almost. And Juice WRLD every year is in the top streaming albums and still got another album coming out. So you get your money, they get the money off of you, let you get hot, the crowd want it, it influenced people in the ghetto to be more ratchet, more crazy. They use your records to go kill people with, and then they call it hip hop. Then in the drill music phase was the murdering of the money in the industry. Who's gonna want to keep sponsoring concerts where people are being murdered? Drill rap came and people were out here murdering ops and, yo, I'm gonna murder my op, I'm gonna get him, put him on the block. Drill music has gotten so popular, it changed YouTube. They used to be making videos talking about who they finna kill, making fun of people who dead, and next thing you know, here comes a Walmart commercial. And these guys are making legitimate money. They making about 20 grand a month. Rapping about murking somebody. So Google was their employer. They were showing pay stubs from Google. So when the feds come raid them, they was using Google money to buy drugs and put it on the street. They was eating good off Google. And the police is like, we gotta let them go because Google's paying these dudes. Like, what is he doing getting paid by Google? And I'm working at the police station. And they got this drug addict. How is he making this money? And it's legit. We checked it. And he's making about $200,000 plus a year. So they put pressure on YouTube to cut monetization from a lot of these channels, and that's why you got to go through what you got to go through now because of drill rap. Now, that drill rap, okay, that's under control, right? Not quite, because now you got your top artists in the world trying to drill rap and go down that road. You got the Migos is popular, and enter Drake. Drake's bringing out Future. He was the Kanye West artist that was the young college dropout type, best I ever had type individual. Now he's completely flipped. So instead of the best I've ever had, he's flipped that into something else entirely. Now, he's the guy that's putting the bag on your head. Enough tune for your head chop. He's that guy now. He's with every syrupy rapper that's out there, any gang members, And this was supposed to be the safe guy. Now he want to put tats on his face, and he wants to be known as a goon. So soon, all rap must sound like this, or you're not getting spins on the radio, you're not getting any play anywhere. And J. Cole and other artists and people that could really rap, there's only like 5 of them that they'll even allow. So the radio stations are involved in this, the program directors. This is a worldwide plan. And let's not forget the other contributors who took money from the record companies, who they used to exploit this behavior. Non-hip-hop artists, or hip-hop period, that got involved in hip-hop. Hence the DJ academics. A person that's not hip-hop, not from this country, we're using this person to market hip-hop artists. But he doesn't know anything about hip-hop. All he knows is about the op sliding on another op. That's not hip-hop, but yet he's going to encourage it to be hip-hop because they make rap records. When all he's focused on is the clicks and views from blacks killing blacks. Joe Budden anoints this guy, and now because of that, they're using him as the vehicle, paying him to market their syrupy artists, the Trippy Reds, and all of these other junkies that's coming out of nowhere. 6ix9ine, another junkie, wannabe fake gangster that's snitching on everybody. So people like Cole, now he can't get the spins. Slick Rick album can't get the spins. So the whole market now is, let's trust the internet. Let's go direct to consumer. Peer to peer, baby. So now that formula is supposed to work, right? You even got Jay-Z and Beyonce trying to rap like the Migos. You know? And she's the squeaky clean girl. Now she's making country music. Then you got Post Malone. Guy who does country music, does hip-hop rap, trap rap. Now he doing the country. So you look at people like Djvlad, other parasites that don't have anything to do with hip-hop, covering hip-hop. The Breakfast Club, Hot 97, all of these people who have come through and have ruined the fabric of what hip-hop truly is. These are the people that should be held accountable for their actions. It's because of them. They're the program directors, but they're playing what they're paid to play. If they say this gets 7 spins a day, it's gonna get 7 spins a day. Like normally I pick my own playlist and play it. I don't listen to the radio. But I ain't have my phone that one time, so I had to listen to the radio. On the radio, I swear to God, I hear this song with like Glorilla, Glorilla, Glorilla about 7 times throughout just a drive. Summer Walker and Glorilla. And I'm like, Summer Walker? This is what the radio is playing now? And the song is mid. So now hip hop comes back once Kendrick comes in and he shakes it up. He breaks the monotony of what they thought was acceptable and not acceptable by dropping a 16 on Future and Metro Boomin. So he grabbed all the YNs right off the gate. He started with the YNs by doing the Like That verse. Boom. Now YNs is like, hey, that was hot. Because they like Future. So now Dottie's got their attention. But Drake is who they look up to. So they was like, oh, Drake, man, he finna come. Drake finna do this. So Drake come out with his song. And now he's the capitalist that they kept on the top, that all these syrupy rappers would do a song with and make money. Thugger, all of them. And they was, hey, we eat with him. Not knowing they being used. And like batteries, they'll be replaced by another one. So, this continues. Then, as this continues, this on spread is everywhere. Kendrick engages and show them what real hip hop is and put hip hop back in the pedestal. Destroyed the fabrics of what they thought. Drake has been exposed as a song stealing, style stealing, fake television actor from Degrassi. His shroud is fallen, and people see exactly what he is. And now people cease to believe in him. So he's like, hip hop's dead. No, hip hop is not dead. Hip hop just came back to life. And the only way for hip hop to come back was for the whole system, commercialized system, to be burnt down to the ashes. The party had to die. Don't you understand? That had to all get burnt down to the ashes so that hip hop can rise back up. So burn out all these syrupy rappers. Burn them all out of the game. Get all that out of here. Yeah, because now once you got that out the game, it's done. Because they keep trying to bounce back with a new syrupy guy. Every time they grab another syrupy guy, what happens? Y'all know. It falls to pieces. Every syrupy guy you know is coming up in the game crazy style. Now let's get down to the other reason why people who are famous, like Cardi B, all these other artists, and their music has changed. It's because the platform has changed for music. And we're going to go into that level now. So I hope you're ready. And don't forget to join my Patreon, because we're going to really get in depth on that. Patreon kicked off already on fire. Now, here is the real structure of it. Because of streaming, okay, direct to consumer, people are having a hard time focusing due to the constructs of social media, meaning everybody wants something fast. Snapchat has changed the globe. And Snapchat came along and started doing 1 minute videos. 1 minute. Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. Click. And right, you got 1 minute, then it all goes away. Snapchat. That was it. So what Instagram started to do was to incorporate a lot of Snapchat into what they do. So Instagram started to change, and now you could do shorts, 30-minute, 60-minute shorts. Right, microwaves it. But in 1994, Method Man was the first one on his very first album, Tikal, to really do this method that a lot of people are doing in today's time. Because what's happening now that they're starting to see is that people are streaming the music and their attention span is not strong enough, because they only have the attention span of like 60 seconds or maybe a little bit to a minute 20, and then they tune out. So what these people are finding out through listening to music is that most of those listeners, they'll listen to a verse, they'll listen to the hook, and cut the song off before it even gets to the second verse. So songs were structured differently. Now, Little Pump and a couple of other rappers that was syrupy figured out the constructs and what the problem was. Method Man Tikal album has a lot of songs on there from 1994 that were really short. Method Man only is really a 16-bar rapper. Okay, not really a whole song. He's only really about 16 bars. And that's what he did in the group. He was really good at his 16s. So now for a song, he started doing 2-verse songs. And it was like, dude, we're making an album here and we're doing 2 verses? 2 verses was not even a thing. You did 3 or maybe 4. In the 80s, it's 4 verses. That's it. 4 verses to a song. Boom, 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 boom. To do 3 was like, all right, we'll let you slide. Method Man is coming with 2 verses and calling it a song. So the reason they would stretch Method Man songs out is they would just play the instrumental longer near the end or have skits to try to cover up for a lot of the things that was happening. Nowadays, you're seeing that's the trend. That's what needs to happen. So now you have these albums, these songs where, okay, this is here. It's 2 minutes records. Little Pump got a bunch of 2 minute songs because he knows that's the attention span of his listeners, or it's about less than 2 minutes. So now they're going to listen to the song all the way through. They'll listen to it because it's only 2 minutes. So that format has reduced people's attention span due to a social media construct. Plus, these dudes are doing drugs, they're doing pills, they're doing Molly. Their attention, their brain cells is all screwed up. So they only listening to things that's relative to what they're doing. So they're liking the syrupy rap. They don't want to listen to all that, man, it's old stuff, man. I don't listen to that. Talking about the communities, and I don't even hear that. I want to know about, I'm going to get a brick for that bitch, man, trap, oh, yeah, birthday trick, yeah. And for female rappers, the same thing. Any girl come in like, yo, I got flow, I got this and that. They're like, can you raise your skirt up? Did you used to strip? All right. All positive signs. Now you got strippers with microphones. Or worse, hoes. JID put out an album, and everybody's like, man, this album's tight. Nobody's checking it out. Kendrick just showed you what a hip hop artist can do because of the simple fact hip hop is at the state where, man, we're not getting real hip hop music anymore. Damn, this Halloween candy is something else. Now, if I bought too little, nobody would have showed up. The nature of the beast is just the tip of the iceberg. Because, see, if you control that side of the show, the market, right? You control all the narratives. You control the conversation. So if you're doing all of these things, if you're controlling all of those aspects of it, there's nothing you can do. Right. Kendrick got songs that's only like Pickaboo is only like 2 minutes long. That's why people listen to Kendrick's music all the way through, because they don't want to miss something. Because there's something intriguing about being a mystery. When you're a mystery, when people don't know too many things about you, they want to figure it out. It's like, well, where's this guy from? What do they know? Then you go get plants and start putting plants in there. The plants are there, like you got what's that Dominican girl? They got in there. You got your trashy, block hole, sexy red. Then you got the lottos and Ice Spice. Yeah, she's probably on the thumbnail. 'Cause she's mm-mm. There isn't a lot you could do there. In the moment, something might seem like a good idea that truly isn't. And that's something you don't want on your conscience. That's something you don't want to have show up and appear because it messes you up completely. Mm-hmm. I was looking at what you were saying. No, Well, Ice Spice, who slept with a producer to get herself a record deal, was working at a fast food restaurant. And the guy came in and said, "Hey, you cute. I'm a producer. Let me sleep with you. And I'll get you a record deal." Mm-mm. Well, that's the name of the game, man. That's the name of the game. No, so yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and check out the Patreon. We'll go in depth on this a little later. I'm sitting here getting caught up on everything with the news. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Deuces.